Let's go back to the year 1999. The impeachment trial of President Clinton came to a conclusion. PayPal was called one of the worst business ideas of the year. DVD players were starting to phase out VHS tapes. And Alexandra Baez, a former Mr. Mexico and a runner-up for Mr. Universe, found himself on the operating table at Miami's Beach Ocean Health Center in agonizing pain. The bodybuilder wanted to keep his body in tip-top shape and decided to get pectoral implants, a male cosmetic plastic surgery procedure that is used to improve the appearance of a man's chest. When he woke up, his doctor had given him a pair of C-cup-sized breast implants. After surgery, Alexandra remembered feeling an overwhelming relief of still being alive. What should have been an hour-and-a-half surgery had stretched longer than 4 hours. Something in Alexandra's mind, something was not right. He had woken up repeatedly during the operation, moaning in pain. Alexandra also remembered fingers poking inside a large jagged wound in his chest and crude-looking instruments probing the incision. He also remembered how big his pectoral implants looked, saying, quote, "They looked way too big." Mr. Alexandra Baez was the new owner of 2 female C-cup breasts. From spring 1998 till May of 1999, hundreds of people ventured into Ocean Health Center in search of a cosmetic fix. Armed with flattery, the doctor managed to pass himself off as a successful plastic surgeon. For at least 16 months, he plundered the rich of Miami Beach, leaving behind a trail of disfigurements and scars. The doctor that performed the procedure on Alexandra Baez was only known as Dr. Renardo, a 58-year-old Cuban-born plastic surgeon. He worked as an army doctor in the late 80s and 90s. After his arrival to the United States in 1992, he began treating patients in his home, joining a list of unlicensed health professionals that were flooding South Florida. A little side note, in 1998, the evil doctor took the first steps and only steps to legitimizing his practice. He failed 4 times and never again went after his medical license. Alexandra Baez met the doctor in the spring of 1999 at Pancho Villa, a Mexican restaurant that was only a few blocks from the Ocean Health Center. Baez at the time worked as a musician there, but his real passion was bodybuilding. Baez liked the smooth, well-groomed Cuban and his wife Gabby. The doctor would compliment him, saying, "You're an excellent singer, Alex." Every time Baez seen the doctor at the restaurant, he would say to himself, "This is a very successful doctor." During one of the doctor's visits to the Mexican restaurant, Baez mentioned that he wanted to take care of some small indentations in his chest that he felt might hold him back if he returned to bodybuilding. Dr. Ronaldo told him pectoral implant surgery would not be a problem. He would only miss a week of work and be back at the gym lifting weights within a month. He quoted him a price of $2,000, and the date was set. Now let's go back to the operating table where Mr. Baez was laying in agonizing pain, following what he considered a routine surgical procedure. Not knowing it at the time, the evil doctor had opened a 2-inch incision in Baez's lower right breast, instead of the armpit, where pectoral implants are normally inserted. He then sliced through Baez's pectoral muscle, which is a very unnecessary move. To open the incision further, the doctor had a tool that resembled a cake cutter. He used the handle to insert the deflated female breast implant under the skin, filling it with saline, sewing up the incisions with cross-stitching and neglecting the crucial step of closing the interior tissue, the things that a first-year medical student would know. In the following days before being released from Ocean Health Center in Miami Beach, Mr. Baez was told not to worry about the large implants because, quote, it was normal inflammation because he had a great deal of hard muscle. Now home, on the road to healing, Baez waited for the inflammation to subside and the implants to assume normal shape. 6 weeks after the surgery, looking in the mirror, Baez said, quote, it was the first time I knew for sure I had female breasts. By the time Baez tried to sue for malpractice, Dr. Ronaldo Salvestein, known as the Butcher of South Beach, had fled the country. He had simply just vanished. Update. A few months after the horrific surgery, a Dr. John Casello of Miami Baptist Hospital donated his service to Alexandra Baez and 4 other victims at the time to have reconstructive surgery. Baez returned to the gym shortly afterwards. A class action civil suit was filed on behalf of Baez and the 4 other victims. 1999, the phony physician fled the country after a warrant was issued for his arrest. 2004, the evil doctor was arrested and extradited from Belize, where he was, guess what, teaching medical students at a university. 2006, the South Beach Butcher was jailed for more than 7 years after pleading guilty in Miami for disfiguring patients, aggravated battery, and practicing medicine without a license. He also admitted he had botched plastic surgeries in his illegal clinic in South Beach, Miami. His prison term ended in 2012. The doctor was 66 years old at the time of his release. Do you know of a medical horror story? Please leave a comment below.